Your question is about expressing. So, when we choose to express ourselves against something, so you can express yourself in favor of something or for something, and you can express yourself against something also, which is not in favor of something. Perhaps you have your own reasons. People have their own reasons. Every reasoning is a type of response. But sometimes few people are just not able to reason. Maybe they do not have the IQ, or maybe they are unfair, maybe they are unjust, or they do not subscribe to a manual that indicates how to comply, how to come to agreement over a conflicting issue. So such people who just do not want to see reason perhaps, or who has a different kind of reason, and they want to express themselves, and their response is perhaps a protest. So a protest is not something that you need to worry about. A protest is just another type of interaction with you. Maybe they take support from their colleagues, or they take support from other people who think alike with them. In effect, what they're attempting to do through a protest is to attempt to communicate to you, to express themselves to you. And most of the time, a protest is founded on an experience of unfairness or unjust, or even a little anger. Maybe there's a little dab of anger under every protest. Now, sometimes this becomes a habit. In some people, you may term them as people who are rebelling. They may want to rebel. That gives them power. They experience a high. They experience an adrenaline rush. They experience some endomorphins being produced when they are given an opportunity to protest. There is a power in the ability to protest. So there are some people who instigate other people to join them to protest, because these leaders who instigate others gets a high, gets almost an intoxication of calmness, of being desired, being relevant when they are submitting a protest to you. So that is how an element of rebelliousness begins. And when it is collectively done, and over a period of time, when it gets organized, when the protest and the rebelliousness gets organized, it starts taking the shape of a revolution. So all this is because there is an inability, and there is no ability to reason out things. So what we need to do is, when there is a protest, when you want to express yourself, and though the underlying current is of anger or injustice or unfairness, whatever be the case, it's very important to articulate your sentiments, articulate your emotions, and come to the dimension of discussions. Only then we can think of a relief from the protest. One of the reasons that people are choosing the method of protest and not the method of debate and discussion is because most of the time the protest has no cost. It has no payback. It has no investment into it. Most of the people who protest does not have much to lose in that context. So this could be this could give rise to some kind of revolution, maybe against a government, against an authority, whatever the authority could be, to maybe ask the authority that you also want a relevance in their thought process, that you need to be considered. So you need to reason out the protest. When it is stronger, it becomes revolution. It starts with a little person who has a little rebelliousness within them against an authority, against a sort of governance, or against somebody who seems to be unfair. The objective should be how to compensate when somebody is asking for their share or some fairness, how to compensate, how to incentivize people to come out of their framework of protest, how to diffuse, how to reconcile, and how to redeem the hurt, and the wound in their heart or in their emotions, if at all, if it's there. Then you can become cordial between the two opposing factions or opposing people, and that should be the objective. The objective must be how to diffuse the tension, diffuse the protest, and merge into a cordial relationship that does not require either party to be punished or does not require any one side to learn how to punish the other, how to defeat the other. Instead, it should be a win-win situation where somebody should learn the history of how this developed over a period of time, how the interaction was at its minimum, how is there a person who is taking advantage of a volatile situation, how vulnerable and gullible people are organized so that an agenda of protest of somebody else is expressed through these people who are more vulnerable and who are more gullible to be used to any one person's advantage, who seems to position himself as a leader and perhaps instigate others and take advantage of the entire situation. So do not worry about a protest. It is just a matter of reasoning. It's a matter of response. It is a kind of response. It is a kind that people express themselves. Underlying a protest, there could be a sense of anger, unfairness, or injustice. It needs to be attended to. Inventing ways to punish either side may not be the solution, and a good discussion, a good debate, and understanding the history to deconstruct so that either party get a fair chance to submit their idea will help to diffuse the protest. And the objective to diffuse the protest must be to together in a cordial ambience to move forward.